anyone else struggling with the work and parenting juggle at the moment? Okay, so let's try this again. In this video, I want to share with you a tool I've been using to plan my day and try and manage tasks around the kids as best as I realistically can. And the tasks are all plotted into a grid with two different options. The first of which is concentration, so how much of your concentration is required to complete that task. And the second is flexibility. How much flexibility do you have over when you get to complete that task? So the first box is low concentration, low flexibility. So these tasks don't require a huge amount of thought process from us, but they're fixed in our diaries. So this might be things like formatting reports, but we have a short deadline, or being on a video call, but actually we're not the one talking, so we don't have to worry about our mics being on. The second box is looking at low concentration, but high flexibility. So things like going through your emails, any editing and administrative tasks you've got to do, and you can just fit them in whenever you want to. Then we look into the high concentration section. So first of all, high concentration and low flexibility. So these are things that are fixed in our diary and they're non-negotiable. So either we're on a video call with an external or we've got a tight deadline for a really complicated piece of work. And then we have high concentration, but high flexibility. So things like complicated data and reports, but with deadlines that are a little bit flexible for us. So what's worth doing is thinking about the tasks that you've got in your to-do list and mapping them into each of these four boxes to consider the amount of flexibility and the amount of focus that you need to complete them. Once you've done that, we can look at how we fit them in around our day. The first box I like to call the enjoy tasks. So this is where we can sit on the sofa with the kids, have TV on the background and be interrupted by them as and when they demand it. So the work we're doing, we can stop and we can start and pick it up as we go along. The second box is the stuff we can relax about. So it's worth making sure that we fit this in just to be able to tick off at least a couple of things a day to make sure the list doesn't get too long and become overwhelming. Okay, so now we'll look at the harder side, which is the high concentration tasks. So first we'll look into the high concentration, low flexibility. And these are the real non-negotiable things in our diary. They're the things that we have to plan our day around. So at this point is where we need either support from other people in the household, so negotiation over who's doing what at what times. And if we haven't got that flexibility, then just trying to use our distraction techniques that we have available to us. So during the making of this video so far, I've gone through 4 tubs of Play-Doh, 2 different Colour Me and Cats, a yogurt, and now we're onto a cake. So just making sure you're saving all those things up your sleeve for the times that you really need them. And then the final box is where we have the high concentration but high flexibility items. So this is the stuff that we can plan in around times that we know that the kids are going to be a bit quieter. So maybe that means nap time if you've got young children, or if you've got older children and, for example, they're into the Joe Wicks routine in the morning, then planning in and using that time to do some of the things that you really just need to focus on that day. So the way to use this tool is to think about what you've got coming up over the next few days and plot them into the boxes. And then plan in how you can actually schedule those into your day around the activities and flexibility that you do have. The important thing to remember here is that if you do have quite a lot of things on the high concentration section, it's worth talking to your colleagues and your manager and seeing what flexibility there is. So there might be an opportunity for you to delegate some of those tasks to somebody who maybe doesn't have the same distraction issues that you do, and actually swap with them for some of their administrative and more mundane tasks that you'll probably be more grateful for at this time. So I hope that gives you some help towards what is a real challenge in balancing our workload around our childcare at the moment. And if you'd like some further tools, there is a workbook available, which I'm going to include in the comments, so you can use it to plan and reflect on what you've been doing and how you can hopefully make things just a little bit easier for yourself over the coming weeks. Thanks.